Charles, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So, you are a wine specialist and you wear various hats. So,
Yes.
tell us about yourself.
The specialist part of it, I guess, is due to work. Um, wine is something that I love it. It's a passion. I don't do it as a means to an end. It's just what I love.
So, professionally, what do you do?
Right now, I'm working with a group in Bangkok, where I am their wine buyer, their wine director, which means that I write the wine lists for the restaurants. I help put together the import portfolio. I help choose wines that are going to be sold. I write the menus for pairings of wines and dinners with our chefs in the restaurants. And then I train all the staff on how to serve wine, how to speak with confidence when they're dealing with the customers about this particular wine. And then I also talk to our sales staff who are out on the streets of Bangkok, hitting all the hotels and restaurants, trying to sell other wines that we represent.
You're so passionate about wines, you even did an MBA.
I'm currently working on an MBA in the wine industry, and the reason I'm doing that is so that I can move away from just being a completely artistically, passionately driven consumer and, I guess, pusher of wine, because I like to get people to drink wine, and learn about the dark and the business side of wine. I don't necessarily mean it has to be dark, but when you come from a background such as myself, being a very hedonistic person, somewhat of a sybarite, the business side can appear to be, I don't know, to use the Star Wars analogy, the dark side of the business. And so I'm doing the MBA so I can learn to bring lightness to that, I hope.
And where are you doing your MBA in wine?
My MBA is from a program in France located in Bordeaux, and it's called the Bordeaux École de Management, and it's the wine MBA. It's the only one in the world that specializes in the wine business. And what we're doing with this now is I'm learning about marketing of wine and the very glamorous parts called supply chain management, which at first I didn't think I would enjoy, but now I actually find learning how wine gets from point to point and finally into the glass, it's a very interesting process, especially when you live overseas like where we are now here in Malaysia or where I live in Bangkok. I mean, how does a bottle of wine from the Jura region of France end up in my glass in Bangkok? And then how does it end up there sound in a safe drinking condition? And when I mean safe drinking condition, I mean it's not been left on the dock to cook where it turns into a Madeirized wine. I mean, it's a very interesting process, and I'm finding that one really good fun.
And prior to this, you ran a wine bar in Japan. Tell us about that.
Well, in Japan, I lived in Japan for a number of years, and I found myself stuck, and